Have you ever sat down, looked at your bank account, and thought, how am I still here? You're working, you're trying, you're doing everything you were told to do, and yet nothing changes. Bills keep coming, prices keep rising, your income still the same. It feels like you're stuck on a treadmill, moving constantly, exhausted, but going nowhere. And the worst part? You start to question yourself. Is this all I'm worth? Did I miss my chance? Is everyone else just ahead of me? Here's the truth most people won't tell you. You're not stuck because you're lazy. You're not stuck because you're unlucky. You're stuck because no one ever showed you how to increase your income on purpose. And today, that changes. Because in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to start increasing your income. Starting today with what you already have. Before we dive in, I want to ask you something real. If you've ever felt stressed about money, if you've ever stayed up at night thinking about bills, if you've ever felt like you should be further ahead by now, then this channel is for you. So do me a quick favor, hit that like button and subscribe. Not for me, but for you. Because the more you surround yourself with this kind of content, the faster your life starts to change. Let's get one thing straight right now. Increasing your income is not about working yourself in a burnout. It's not about quitting your job tomorrow. And it's definitely not about chasing some unrealistic get-rich-quick idea.
Get rich quick! Get rich quick! Get rich quick!
It's about strategy. Right now, most people feel stuck financially not because they lack opportunity, but because they lack clarity. They don't know where to start, what actually works, or how to use what they already have. So they stay where they are. Same job, same income, same stress. But here's the big promise of this video. By the time you finish watching, you will have a clear, practical roadmap to start increasing your income, no matter where you're starting from. Whether you're employed, unemployed, underpaid, or just unsure of your next move. You got to learn how to identify hidden value in your current situation, increase your earning potential without starting over, create new income streams without overwhelming yourself, and most importantly, take action immediately. This isn't theory. This is a motivation for 5 minutes. This is a shift from feeling stuck to being in control. Let's talk about why you feel stuck in the first place. Because this feeling, it's more common than you think. You wake up, go to work, come home tired, and repeat. At the end of the month, your paycheck comes in, and it's already gone. Rent, bills, food, maybe a little leftover, maybe not. And slowly, without even realizing it, you start to accept it. This is just how life is. But here's the problem with that belief. It kills growth before it even begins. Most people think the solution is to work harder. More hours, more effort, more stress. But effort alone doesn't increase income. Value does. And this is where the first big shift happens. You don't need to start from scratch. You need to start from awareness. Look at your current situation, your job, your skills, your experiences, your connections. You already have more than you think. Let me give you an example. Imagine 2 people working the same job, same hours, same salary. But one of them starts learning how to communicate better, solve problems faster, and take on slightly more responsibility. Within months, they become more valuable. Now, they have leverage. They can ask for a raise, apply for a better position, or take that skill somewhere else. The other person, still stuck. Same position, same pay. The difference wasn't effort. It was awareness and action. Most people underestimate what they already have. Maybe you know how to organize things well. Maybe you're good with people. Maybe you've learned things at work that others struggle with. Those are not small things. Those are assets. But if you don't recognize them, you can't use them. And if you can't use them, your income stays the same. This is why the first step isn't doing more. It's seeing clearly. Because once you understand what you bring to the table, you can start increasing your value. Now let's build on that. Because once you understand that income follows value, everything starts to make more sense. If you want to earn more, you have two main options. Increase the value of what you already do, or learn something new that the market pays for. That's it. But here's where people get stuck again. They think, I need to go back to school. I need years of training. I need some special talent. No, you need direction. We live in a time where high-income skills are more accessible than ever. Communication, sales, digital skills, problem solving, time management. These are things you can start improving today. Let's take something simple, communication. If you can clearly explain ideas, build relationships, and influence decisions, you instantly become more valuable in almost any job. And that leads to opportunities. Or think about something like freelancing. Maybe you already know how to write, design, edit videos, or manage tasks. You don't need to be the best in the world. You just need to be good enough to solve someone else's problem. That's how income starts. And here's the key. You don't have to go all in overnight. Start small. One skill, one improvement, one step, because small improvements compound. Now let's talk about something even more important, multiple income streams. Relying on one source of income today is risky. Not because something will definitely go wrong, but because if it does, you have no backup. Even a small second income changes everything. It creates breathing room. It reduces stress, and it gives you options. That second income could be freelancing a skill you already have, selling something online, helping someone with a service. It doesn't need to replace your job. It just needs to start, because once it starts, it can grow, and that's how momentum builds. Let me ask you something, and I want you to be honest with yourself. What's the one thing that's been holding you back from increasing your income? Is it time? Fear? Not knowing where to start? Or feeling like you're not good enough yet? Drop your answer in the comments. Seriously, because once you say it out loud, it becomes real. And once it's real, you can start to change it. And who knows, someone reading your comment might be dealing with the exact same thing. Now let's talk about the part most people avoid. Taking action, because this is where everything either changes or stays exactly the same. You can watch videos, read books, plan for weeks, but if you don't act, nothing moves. And here's the truth. You will never feel fully ready. There will always be doubt. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if it doesn't work? But what if it does? What if the only thing standing between you and a higher income is starting before you feel ready? This is where imperfect action comes in. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a starting point. Apply for that higher paying role, even if you're not 100% qualified. Offer your skill to someone, even if you're still learning. Start that side income, even if it's small. Because action creates clarity, not the other way around. And once you start, something powerful happens. You build confidence, not from thinking, but from doing. And that confidence leads to more action, which leads to better results, which leads to higher income. This is how the cycle changes. From stuck to moving, from surviving to growing. But none of it works without consistency. One day of effort won't change your life, but small, repeated actions will. improving one skill each week, spending a few hours building something on the side, looking for opportunities instead of waiting for them. This is how momentum builds, and eventually, your income starts to reflect it. Not overnight, but faster than you think. Let's bring this all together. If you feel stuck financially right now, it's not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a shift. Because now you know, you don't need to start over. You need to start with awareness. You already have value. You just need to recognize it and improve it. You know that income grows when value grows. So instead of just working harder, you start working smarter. You know that relying on one income is risky. So you begin creating options, even small ones. You understand that waiting for the perfect moment is a trap. So you take action now, even if it's imperfect. And most importantly, you realize this isn't about luck. It's about consistency. Small steps, repeated over time. That's how people go from stuck to stable to thriving. Not because they're special, but because they decided to move. And here's what I want you to remember. Your current situation does not define your future income. Your actions do. So don't wait. Start where you are, use what you have, and build from there. If this video gave you even a little bit of clarity, a little bit of motivation, a little bit of direction, then don't let it stop here. Hit that like button so more people who feel stuck can find this. Subscribe to the channel if you're serious about improving your financial life, because we're just getting started. And share this video with someone who needs to hear this right now. Also, check out the next video on your screen. It's going to help you take the next step and keep this momentum going. Because the longer you stay in this mindset, the faster your life starts to change.